Guys, the 9th round of the FIDE World Chess Championship is finally over. And आज वाला game, क्या ही बताऊं? I'll just show it to you. Gukesh with the white pieces started with 1d4. Ding replied knight f6. And we had c4, e6, g3, the Catalan opening. We got bishop b4 check, bishop d2, bishop went back, pretty standard Catalan theory stuff. We go d5, knight to f3, castle spreading. And यहाँ पे गुकेश ने castle किया. So we got c6, queen c2, knight bd7, rook to d1, and b6. So the idea of b6 is to maybe get your bishop to b7, or maybe you want to take on c4, hold on to your pawn with bishop a6. Now we got bishop to c3, and we got bishop b7, knight d2, queen c7, developing all the pieces, rook a to c1, and यहाँ पे after rook e8 he played b4. And now you see a move like b4 creates so much tension on the queen side, and Ding replied with pawn to c5, clarifying all the issues on the queen side. Now we see b takes c5, b takes c5, queen to b2. तो कभी भी फ्यूचर में क्या होता है ना, if you take on c5 and the bishop is not there, you can probably take on the knight, and कभी भी knight हटाओ तो you can damage the pawn structure. So there are potential plans, and also you can play rook b1 and create pressure on the bishop as well. Now we see knight b6, bishop to a5, pinning the knight, take on c4, knight c4, and there is quite a bit of a pressure on the knight. तो पहले तो उसने knight को मारा f3 पे. We see bishop takes b6. Now a b6, bishop f3, and this position he played rook to a6. यहाँ पे queen b5 खेला, a2 का pawn मरा. Now we see knight takes b6. Honestly, ऐसे position में मेरे को काफ़ी डर लगता है, because you see there are some sort of pinning your knight, bringing your other knight, and you lose material. But okay, this is well calculated, so we won't see much of an issue there. Now we see queen to a7. He played queen b1, rook to b8, took on c4, rook a6, he went back, and इस move पे I think he thought for 21 minutes and 39 seconds. So that's a huge time burn, and काफ़ी सोचना पड़ा basically. And maybe he was calculating this move, bishop to c5, which is apparently a brilliant move. The plan is, after you can take queen to b6. And एक और चीज़ ध्यान में रखनी है, if you take it with the rook, that's a huge blunder because of rook to a1, and your queen is basically trapped. Like you see, ये सारे squares वगैरह controlled है. So yeah, ये चीज़ तो नहीं होगी obviously game में. We see queen to b6, queen b6 back, and yeah, it's more of a draw. We see rook c6, he took on c6, bishop c6, and game काफ़ी simplify होगी, where we got 2 rooks on the board and 4 pawns on the king side. Pretty similar structure. The only imbalance is Gukesh has a bishop, whereas Ding got a knight. Now we see rook to b2, king f1, king g7, h3, h5, rook a1, rook c2, attacking the bishop, rook to c5, bishop d3, knight e7, and after this few moves, we got this position where there are 3 pawn island for Gukesh and only 2 pawn island for Ding. But होता क्या है ना, when you got 2 rooks on the board, even if you have 3 pawns, अगर pawn एक a3 पे रहता ना instead of d3, then there are some probable chances कि maybe you can get that passer over there, and maybe तुम उस pawn को as a decoy use करके थोड़ा बहुत win create कर. But in this position, I don't think there's much of a play, and at their level, absolutely not. So we see king to g6, rook to b3, pawn push. Again, the rooks were being shuffled, a check, pawn push. It took on e5, rook check, king here, h3 का pawn मरा, and he took on f6. And यहाँ पे after a few moves, we see they shuffled, and yeah, अब इस h pawn को hold करने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. So if you go like this and we just go here, we can shuffle our king like this, and ये draw ही होता है. So in this position, Ding played king to f6, and he took the pawn on h4, and the game ended in a draw. For me, I would say Gukesh को कुछ try करना चाहिए था. Like draw is a good result, obviously. The scores are tied, I think 4.5 to 4.5. विच इज़ फाइन, बट अभी गेम्स बहुत कम बचे हैं एंड ही हैज़ टू गेट दैट लीड, क्योंकि अगर ये टाई ब्रेक्स वगैरह में जाता है तो डिंग माइट हैव द एज. सो या, लेट मी नो तुम्हें क्या लगता है अबाउट द गेम. डू कॉमेंट, लाइक, एंड आई गाइस सी यू इन द नेक्स्ट वन. तब तक के लिए बाय बाय. किड गेमिंग साइनिंग ऑफ. पीस.